Hello friends, I'm a cloud solutions architect at Microsoft and my aim is to empower every single person to be better at technical interviews. Keeping with that goal in mind, today we are going to do a very interesting LeetCode problem called moving average from a data stream. And if we see some of the popular companies who have already asked this question, there are companies like Spotify, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Apple, Indeed, Microsoft, Uber, and Goldman Sachs. So that's why I'm paying my utmost attention. I hope you also enjoy the video. This is a LeetCode easy problem and also a very well-liked problem on LeetCode. Basically, we are given a stream of integers and we are also given a window size. Now we need to calculate the moving average of all the integers inside the sliding window, which means we only need to calculate the moving average of the maximum size of the window size that is given. If we identify more elements than the window size, we will simply kick that element out. So let's try to understand this with this example. In this example, basically, first of all, we are given the moving average value. So moving average currently is 3, which means that there can only be maximum of 3 values which we need to do the average of. Now, the first value we get is, currently we get the value, first value as 1. Okay, currently we only have one value. So what will be the average? So let me just create a new sum called average over here, and basically the maximum window size is currently 3. Okay, now we only have, since we only have one element, basically the average is going to be 1, because it's like we all know the formula of average, that the total sum divided by total size. Okay, so in this case, since sum and size both are 1, basically the value is going to be 1. Now if we see the example, the second value is 10. So now since this value is 10, and because this value is 10, currently it is still less than the window size we need. So basically the average now going to be 1 plus 10 divided by 2, because we have two elements. So basically the average is going to be 5.5. Okay, now we add one more element, so which is 3. If we add the element 3 over here, now this time the new average is going to be 1 plus 10 plus 3 divided by 3, which is going to be 14 divided by 3. So the value comes up to 4.66. This is going to be the third average. And we need to keep track of every single average. Okay, so we are keeping track of this 1, 5.5 and 4.66, all of them. And next element that comes in, the next element is 5. Now in this case, since the next element is 5, because if we add 5 over here, we would have 4 values inside our window. But the thing is, we are explicitly told that our window cannot have more than 3 elements, which means we will have to kick one element out. Now, which element are we going to kick out? Basically, the first value that was entered, we will kick this value out and we will add new value over here. So now we are going to have these 3 values only without the value number 1. So now the new average is going to be 10 plus 3 plus 5 divided by 3. So the answer is going to be 18 divided by 3, which is 6. And these are the 4 averages we need to return as the answer, the ones that I have highlighted in white. Okay, so all these 4 we will return, and this is what the problem is asking us to solve. Now if we see, the solution for this problem is actually quite simple. Okay, suppose we are told that the maximum window size can only be 3, and the values we are given, subsequent values, are, say for an example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. These are the 5 values we are given, and the maximum window size we can have is 3. What we will do is, basically for the average we are going to have 5 values. Now first we are only going to have value number 1. So currently, let's just assume I'll create a new window over here. Now not here. Okay, let me just do it here. Let me just create a new window over here, and one by one we will keep on adding the values over here, and whenever we run out of the space, we will kick one value out. So first we will have value number 1. Okay, so let's add value number 1 over here. So we are adding from this side. So currently the value is 1, so the average is definitely going to be 1. Okay, we are good up until this point. Now next value is 2. Again we add 2 from this side, so we add one more value 2. So since now the new average is going to be 1 plus 2, 3 divided by 2, so 1.5. Okay, we are good. Next value is 3. So we can add 3 because the window size is still 3. So if we add value number 3, now this time the average is going to be 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6 divided by 3. So the average is going to be 2. Okay, we are good up until this point as well. Now the value number 4 comes in. Again, remember, we are adding all the values from this side, which means we will have to kick the value number 1, which means we are kicking out this value and then we are shifting all of these values one step. So let's just quickly do that. So since we have already kicked out the value number 1 and we have the values 2, 3 and 4 and 1 has been kicked out. Okay, now since 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4, 9 divided by 3, the average is going to be 3. Okay, and now in the end we have value number 5, so again we will have to kick out this value number 2. So let's just quickly update all the values. So this is going to be 3, 4 and 5, and we are going to kick out the value number 2 as well, and now the average is simply going to be 4. So this is the moving average for the window size 3. Now if you notice one thing, we kept on adding values from this side, and whichever the values were first added were the first values to be kicked out, and then we maintained a certain window. So if you see, this is a very similar structure to a queue data structure, and this is what exactly we are using. So, and this is the optimal solution of the problem as well. I just showed it to you, that basically we just initialize a queue of whatever the window size is given. So we initialize the queue of window size 3 in this case, and then all we need to do is keep track of the running sum. So we will have a variable called sum, and depending on the window size we would be able to calculate the average instantly, because we will have the value sum and we will have the value of the average. Now at any given time, do we need to calculate every single average again and again? No. Why no? Because say for an example, at this particular portion, like before this 5 was entered, the values we had was 2, 3 and 4, and now we know that we need to add value number 5. Basically, if we are adding value number 5 and we are kicking out the value number 2, previously this sum originally was 9. Now what operation we did? We kicked 2 out, so we will subtract 2 over here, which means now the average is going to be 7. Then we add the value 5 over here, which means that we added 5 to this 7, which means now the sum is going to be 12. So basically we do not need to calculate the whole sum every single time. We can quickly calculate the sum depending on the previous values, so which would be very useful to us. So this is the second thing we need to take care of, and using these two portions we can quickly find out that what is the window size, because that is the queue size. So, and we know that for to calculate the average we need to add items, which is the sum and the size. Okay, so sum, I just showed you how to calculate. Size, we can find it from the queue size, and using the queue, this problem becomes very easy to solve, and this is why this is an easy problem to be considered, and this would be the optimal solution. If we see time complexity, in this case the time complexity is actually going to be big O of n, where n is the given number of values that we need to iterate over. If we see space complexity, now this is a tricky one. We can consider space complexity to be 1 because the size of queue is going to remain constant, or we can consider the space complexity to be big O of n because we are using an additional data structure queue where we are storing some portion of the value. So this you can debate with your interviewer, but most likely they are going to agree with size to be big O of n. And this is the whole solution. So now let's move on to the coding. So since I'm running short on time, basically for this particular code, I'm not going to write the whole code, but I'll just explain you the solution and then I'll post the code in the comments so you can check it out from there. Basically, we need two items. First one is the moving average and second one is the method called next. So first, for the moving average method, basically we have the public moving average method which gives us the size of our window, and this is the size we are going to use to maintain our queue. Now initially we have initialized some variables called size, window sum. So this is the sum of current elements inside the given window, and the count, because this is a very important, we need to make sure that how many elements are there. And then we are initializing a dequeue. We can also initialize a queue over here, doesn't matter, both works the same way. And now let's discuss the implementation of the next value or next method. So in the next method, first of all, we increment the value of the count because we are adding a new value. Then for any given queue, basically we add the given input value at the back side of the queue. So we add a new value in the queue. Now we need to check that whether for the previously calculated window sum, do we need to remove the first element, And for that, how we are going to check is, so in this case we are initializing a new variable called tail, and first we check that if the given particular count, if that is greater than the size, which means that our queue has become much bigger than the given size, basically we are going to poll the first element outside the queue, and we are going to keep that value assigned to the tail. If that is not the case, the tail value is going to remain 0 and we don't need to poll anything from the queue. Then we check that what is the current window sum, and the current window sum we can calculate by doing like window sum plus the value, because we are adding the value towards our window. And if the elements became greater than the number of size, then we will have to remove the tail element, so we are subtracting that. And then in the end, it's pretty easy for us to return the average, and we can simply do it by subtract, like by dividing the window sum divided by the size. And now over here we are multiplying it by 1 because this is a double, and the window sum is an integer, so this is just for like a integer to double cast thing. Now this is the whole solution, and now let's try to run the code. Okay, seems like our solution is working as expected. Let's submit this code. And our code runs decently efficiently compared to a lot of other solutions. So this is a very good solution, and I would be posting this in the comments so you can check it out from there. Thank you.